My name is Simphiwe El-sun Mbatha. I am an astrologer. An astrologer is someone who has studied the art of the heavens, the art of the stars, and its science. The art of astrology, I got introduced to it, I would say quite earlier on when I was young, about 5 years or so, because during those days, in our area, in our village, there were no electricities. So the only source of light during the night that we had at our disposal was the moon. This body, this big body called the moon, it fascinated me quite a lot, because some other times you see the moon going through its own phases, the waxing, the waning of the moon. And I wondered why the moon is not constant as the sun. As a young child, I was forced to ask my elders why the moon sometimes we see it, some other times we don't see it. Well, the answer that I got from my elders were not satisfying at all, because I was not answered. Some other times the moon wasn't there at all. And then I wondered what could happen, or what would happen if the moon does not exist, or is not there, or is not visible. That triggered the interest in me, especially when my grandmother spoke of the moon, when she said the moon is like a bride wearing her robe, that whitish robe. We used to think indeed the moon is wearing something, but it was a figure of speech. What she actually meant, what she used to say, is that in a few days from now it's gonna rain. What she was actually saying, she was interpreting the aura of the moon. Whenever the moon is some aura around it, it usually suggests there is rain coming in a couple of days. That was what triggers my interest at an earlier age. When I grew up, well, I could say the blows of life and the beatings and what I used to think or call like life is unfair, why bad things happen to me, when is this thing gonna end? I was very, very inquisitive. Then I asked myself, could it happen that the planets around us, could it really happen that they are meaningful, or they carry a certain message? I could say in short, this compelled me to study the craft, the art of the heavens, which is the art of astrology. I've often came across some questions relating to astrology. For example, when one is asking, do I believe in astrology? Do I really believe in the stars, planets, the moon and the sun? My answer on that question is very simple. One does not really need a belief system if one is accurate in what he does. One uses a belief system when he or she is unsure of the thing that is on the plate or on the subject. For example, one cannot say to an economist, do you believe in the God of scarcity and demand? In astrology, you cannot say, do you believe there is a sun and the moon? You don't need a belief system, because everybody can see the sun. Everybody knows the moon. So one does not actually need a belief system when one knows the craft. It is those who don't really know the craft, those who may be still studying it and not too sure about, or who haven't studied the craft. Whether there is a link between astrology and meditation, I would say definitely there is, because astrology is telling us of the higher wisdom. It is a mirror of what is up there. As we also know, this old quote that says, as above, so below, as within, so without. What is up there mirrors what happens here or down on earth. What is happening in us, or what is around us and in us, is also will reflect in one way or the other. When it comes to meditation, I would say I would closely link it with the music of the planet, or the music of the heavens. When the planets move around, they do their dance. They do it at a certain motion, at a certain speed, at a certain frequency. So as meditation, when one meditates, you are actually lowering your vibration, stilling your mind so that you cannot hear anything, so that a certain energy could permeate, could play its course in and through you. That is what I would say about astrology. Upon the question whether astrology is related to fortune telling or psychic, I would say it depends on who is answering the question or who is also asked. But as I've earlier mentioned, that astrology is pure mathematics, geometry and such, and so forth. You cannot safely say it is equal to psychicism or psychic. But when it is defined clearly, when a practitioner who has studied the craft define it, for example, if one was to say, given an answer upon a question that is asked, which is a department of the astrology, we call it horror, or the branch, we call it horary astrology, where it deals with questions and answers at the same time. One could safely say this kind of craft is psychic, because the answer is so accurate, is so precise, one could easily say there is no way you could give an answer to that unknown thing so easily by looking at the numbers and the figures. Psychic is not astrology, and astrology is not psychic. These are independent bodies or independent disciplines on their own. Astrology is astrology. Yes, upon this show, this is an opportunity for us all to interact on the show. What I could say, expect an interactive, a very interactive show. Upon this show, you are going to see the guests that you may know or you have seen, heard about, as well as ordinary people that you may not know. Because the purpose of this platform is to teach us, is for us to learn what astrology is all about, what we can benefit from astrology. Can it help us make our lives better? Can it help us in making informed choices or better choices using this very craft. Upon this show, we are going to learn. We are looking forward to learn and grow through this show. And we are welcome to get your emails, your comments, what you would like to see in the show, and you will take it up from there. This is your show, brothers and sisters. Let us learn, let us grow on this, because this craft, we call it astrology. If you want to be the part of this platform, kindly drop us an email. It is cosmic intelligence 9, number 9, at gmail.com. Cosmic intelligence 9 at gmail.com. But for those who would like to make a booking for a consultation, a private consultation, you can also send us an email or drop us a WhatsApp line on 0723 88 4419. 0723 88 4419. Or you can call us during office hours, Monday to Friday, 9 till 1700 hours.